Hello Internet, I'm Farrell, and here is the Space Engineers Update parody for November 30th and December 7th, 2017. My apologies for the lack of a new video last week, but frankly the update log for November 30th was pretty underwhelming as far as content goes. That week's update reintroduced our old friend the rotor lock, updated to work with the new physics update, and that was a more welcome sight than may have never been seen before in Space Engineers, even if it means Rexar had to eat his own words. Also included was a bug fix for problems causing wheels to drop off on placement and steering angles defaulting to really absurd settings on pasting or placing into the world, and at long last, particle effects for things on moving objects such as Gatling gun smoke or damage fire will no longer get stuck hovering in the world. That update also included a fix for attempting to take screenshots at the highest multiplier crashing the game, by not actually taking a screenshot, unfortunately. Also, we saw possibly the best entry for most unusual bug of the year, blueprints being pasted into other grids having no synchronization, or to put it in plain English, terminal settings and inventories in those pasted grids would be fine on the client, but not on the server. Or at least it was a candidate until this week's update, when somehow the game began triggering the Windows error sound every time you pressed escape or tab in the game. In a game where you literally cannot get out of the game without pressing either of those keys. How did this get past QA? Fortunately, the rest of that week's updates were also relatively in the same kind of mundane bug fixes, like fixing crashes being caused by Steam sending duplicate data, fixing a block preview offset reintroduced to the game somewhat similar to one patched a while ago, a few issues with laser antennas and gravity, and skin fixes. Really? Does that make you feel that your money was well spent on there, huh? But that's okay, because again we were asked to kindly submit reviews for Space Engineers, both good and negative, on Steam, by using a link to buy on Steam in an update log primarily targeted at people who already own the game. Can't help but feel there's got to be a better way to link someone to submit reviews rather than with a buy now link. Though that said, one topic discussed in a most recent update log thread was whether Keen should introduce a currency system in-game, which has been much more interesting to read than the personal slander going on the previous week, with some interesting points being made on the for and against sides of the argument. So on that note, here is this week's quote.